Fallout games have always been pretty well known for their interesting and unique locations. They create worlds around these places and worlds that you could truly experience due to the open world and kind of just depth the game does offer. So in today's video, I'm going to go over what I think are some potential locations for the next Fallout game, whether that be kind of a New Orleans or New Vegas spin-off game or a proper Fallout 5. There's no real rumors or fact based on this. I'm really just going through some of the Fallout lore and pointing out some locations that I think would be really cool for the next game. This is a little bit of a different video, something I don't normally post, so if you guys like this content, let me know in the comments down below or by leaving a like on the video. I'm not just saying that to ask for likes or comments, I'm actually asking. Let me know in the comments, do you want to see more content like this? So before we get into it fully, let's talk about a few realities about this video. There's kind of a rumor, or I guess a misconception around that Fallout 5's location is going to be mentioned in Fallout 4. A lot of people believe this because there's mentions of the Commonwealth in Fallout 3. This is actually totally false. Bethesda themselves came out and said that's just a coincidence. They weren't actually planning on making a Commonwealth located game despite the mentions of it in Fallout 3. So even though yes, in Fallout 4 there are mentions of outside locations, I don't think that has any impact on where the next game will be, and I didn't really take that into consideration while making this video. On top of that, a number of major cities and really just cool places in general are actually obliterated. There is an existing lore here, so there's certain places that are kind of rolled out. One of the most notable of those is New York. I'm personally from New York, and I think a New York City Fallout would be awesome, but New York actually got the blunt of a lot of these bombs due to being the headquarters of the UN, so like the city itself is totally gone. That's established in Fallout lore and not something we could really change unless, I don't know, they have some time travel or something like that. On top of that, LA is another really notable location that has totally been wiped out by the bombs. So yes, there is definitely a possibility for a location to be set there. It's just you're not going to have New York in all its glory with the skyscrapers and all that, so I really don't think that's a potential. So now some actual locations. One of the ones I actually think has a lot of potential behind it is a smaller southern city like New Orleans. Obviously, this is one of the rumors that came around as of late, but it was dispelled and proven to be totally fake. But I think the idea behind it is pretty sound. A smaller location in maybe the southern or Midwest US that doesn't have a major city or a major landmark around it. Something that is just a historical area and you could really look through the intricacies of that area, maybe having a more vast space, not having that one big location that is central to the region. I think this could be really cool. Maybe having a number of smaller settlements rather than just one big one in the center like Diamond City. Bethesda's Fallouts, that including New Vegas, have always taken place in big cities. Again, New Vegas is one of them, the New Vegas Strip being a large landmark there. Then you do have Washington, D.C. with the Capitol and all the monuments. And then, of course, most recently, Fallout 4 taking place in Boston. Taking a step in a different direction and looking at an area that doesn't have as much built up and maybe just being more focused on the characters and maybe some of these smaller areas you do explore there, I think definitely could be quite cool. Another concept I would really love to see in a new Fallout is maybe a border location. What I mean by that is, well, Texas. Texas obviously does border Mexico. There's not too much history there. There's some non-canon history, which I don't know if it is going to be made canon again. Like in some outside lore of Fallout, there is a Texas Brotherhood of Steel and a big super mutant army led by Addis. But again, that's not canon. Technically, in the Fallout universe, that doesn't exist. But even beyond that, Texas is a really cool and more importantly, distinctive location. There's a lot of pride going on there, so maybe having a Texas to Mexico border location could be really cool, kind of having one side of people being Texas and American favored, and then the Mexican side being, you know, Mexican pride. There's